Hoop Queens also acknowledges all treaty peoples, including those who came here as settlers, as migrants either in this generation or in the generation past. And those of us who came here involuntarily, particularly those brought to these lands as a result of the transatlantic slave trade and slavery. We pay tribute to those ancestors of African origin and descent. Now it's time to get ready for our starters from both teams. So I need you guys' energy. If you're here to acknowledge on either team, I need you guys to make your names and put some noise on that. So first, we're gonna start with our visiting team, Team Reed, led by head coach CJ Nofante, and of course, GM in the building, Dakota White, and assistant coach GB. All right, guys, our starters. Number 2, Danielle Garvin. Number 3, Bree Livingston. Number 4, Lachey Dwyer. Number 8, Kia Watt. And number 18, Phoenix Gideon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now time for our home team charge, led by head coach Justina King. Number 4, Brooke Hussey. Number 7, Kiara Daly. Number 15, Kiara Letlow. Number 22, Kiowa Waiters. And number 23, Angeline Campbell. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Hoop Queens Week 2. We're gonna have a lot of great action as we can't wait till we get to that last quarter. But before we continue on, we're gonna do our national anthem, so if all players can be lined up. I'll call on Anaya Sutton to please join us. Let's give her a round of applause as she makes her way to sing our national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Give her another round of applause. She's gonna have me singing the national anthem in my car just for that. All right, guys, we are ready. Our refs are also ready. We have Nambogo Sawali with us, Aaron Zampaza, and Alicia Francis joining us right now. As the game is all theirs, they got the basketball ready, and we are ready. All my fathers, do me a favor. If you're a father, just wave, just wave. If you are a father, wave. Let's give them a round of applause, give them a round of applause, as today is Father's Day, and we acknowledge all our fathers. Thank you for joining us at Hoop Queen Week 2, Game 1. We have lots of prizes as well, guys, so I need crowd participation as I will be letting you guys know what we have on the line, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm on a long thing. You see, I know if I tell you everything I don't see. Remember time when the money no they come free. All of a sudden, see, as then they rush me. I pray to God, say my matter no go lost me. Back in the dungeon, make I tell you something. Nobody say I never suffer for this country, but at the same time, stop and no go touch me. So I just supply the getting. I'm a fresh shooter, Enterprise Avenue. When I get nothing but the vibes, I'm okay. And all the lyrics on my flows, and the screaming on the tongue revenue. Many things you never knew. They steady wondering what we can never do. So we go shout you tonight, cause we preach. Mama told me they can never do.
All right, guys, it's time for basketball action, Father's Day special. Hoop Queens, we are ready.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Goldring Centre for High Performance Sport, where the energy is sky high and the legacy continues. Week 2 for Hoop Queens Season 4 is just now underway. My name is Sydney Holmes. Alongside me is Haley Hopkinson. And I'd be remiss if I didn't start off the show by saying Happy Father's Day to all of us here from Hoop Queens. As a special thank you to all of our amazing dads out there. All dads and their daughters will be receiving free admission as long as your daughter is under the age of 18. So we hope to see you out enjoying some amazing women's basketball. Today, lots of basketball action taking place, but just a quick recap from last week. Team Tide and Charge came away with the dub in their respective games, both ending in a nail-biting fashion, mainly due to the new addition of the target score rule. Game 1 of 2 today, we will see right now Team Rain and Team Charge. This matchup is going to show some past championship teammates going up against each other, with Kiara Letlow, Kiowa Walters, head coach Justina King on Team Charge, followed by Hoop Queens star from last week, Bree Livingston on Team Rain. All of them were teammates last year, Haley. So what are you expecting to see them go up against each other as opponents today on the court?
Yeah, I truly think we're going to get some of the highest level of basketball played. These girls know each other. They know exactly how to defend them because that's what they did in practices, getting ready for these games. No one's going to know each other better on the court than all those girls, and I think we're going to get some extremely high-level basketball because especially them being past teammates and friends. You can play a little rough with your friends. I think we're going to get a lot of really great basketball today.
Still knotted at 0, just elapsed the 9-minute mark here in this first quarter. Walters with it. Takes it herself on the left. Stopped above the circle. Fights through contact, grabs her own rebound. Tries to go up again, but is grabbed down low. Locked up by Livingston. Again, former teammates. The energy is already insanely high between those two.
Team Rain is already coming out with some insane defense early in this game, and we know that it's going to be a challenge guarding Walters this whole game, but putting 3 of them on her already down in the paint, it's showing aggressiveness right off the start. It's looking good.
Livingston couldn't get it to go. Walters on the ground. Time now for Team Charge. Hussey with it. Stops. Inside to Letlow. Going to work. Can't get it to go. There's too much power on the floor right now with these women. They just keep overshooting every single basket we've seen so far. Dwyer trying to break in. Doesn't go. Daly with it. Forces 2. Forces her way through 2 Rain defenders, draws the foul. We see Daly heading to the line for 2 shots.
Daly played UBC women's basketball, and she was U Sport Rookie of the Year this season. She had a fantastic outing last week. Super excited to see her continue that dominance already on the court today, but that's one thing, that simple play right there of her charging at 2 players for Rain. We're going to see that all game. She does not fear anyone, anything in front of her. I can't wait to see more of it.
Head coach for Team Charge is none other than Justina King, who, as we mentioned earlier, was a part of the championship team last year, but as a player. Going over to Team Rain, we have CJ Nofuente leading the charge. Only 1 successful to charge. Dwyer now trying to get one back. Give it to Garvin. Garvin tried to get around Letlow. Doesn't work the first time around. Forced the pickup. Seconds are draining. Kicks it out to Watt. Watt takes it off the screen. Can't get inside. Solid defense from Charge. The shot was released after the shot clock had elapsed. Basket is not good. Solid defense from Serena Cheetah.
From her, and as well, Kiara Letlow right there. Danielle Garvin was a fantastic player last week, and shutting her down defensively like that, that's something they're going to have to do this entire game, because she was able to score from anywhere on the court last game, and we know she's going to go for that again. So that defensive play right there is going to be key in this one.
It was a good look, heads-up look to try to do the backdoor pass to Letlow, just a little bit too far on Campbell's part. Last week, we saw Team Charge come away with a nail-biting victory, 57-56 over Team Blaze. The main contributor to their success was Angeline Campbell. She was the player of the game, 11 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. So to say I'm expecting big things from her today is an understatement.
Absolutely. She came in at such clutch moments, which aside from just her entire stat line that is so impressive, it was big moments for her that was able to get them the win last game. So we're expecting big performances, her teammates are, but this is a great matchup specifically. We were talking last week about how excited we were to get this matchup because both rosters have so many just pure natural scorers on it that we're so excited to see how they're gonna work against each other.
Ball has a bit of a dead spot while we step away for a couple seconds. Hopefully they can kind of find a better one before we come back. Oh, looks like they've actually decided. There was a little bit of an inconsistency, I think, in the dribble the players were kind of saying. As it stands, just above the 7-minute mark in the first quarter. Still only a 1-point lead for Team Charge. Hard defense from Hussey, but she couldn't outwork Livingston. She gets the bucket to go. Pulls up. Campbell just off the front end of the rim. Dwyer now with it, pushing the pace. Doesn't have anyone with her, pulls it out. High screen set. Again, high screen. Set from Gideon. Low ball pass to Livingston, gets another 2 points. Campbell drains. Campbell was one of those players from last week where it took her a little bit to get going with her form, but once she had it, she was locked.
Definitely, and for her to shoot that three, it didn't go in her first attempt, but for her to be attempting this early in this game, getting loose with her shot early on, it's only gonna help her in this game quicker than last game.
A lot of back and forth action we're seeing right now. Trying to find space and does. Draws the foul so high up at the free throw line. She's gonna take 2 steps back and get her 2 shots up. Two subs checking in for Team Charge. A little bit of a, I don't want to say a good sell, but I think it was because the 2 defenders for Team Charge were kind of just running by her. No one really committed to taking the space, which is what I think resulted in the foul.
Well, we've got a great turnout here already for Father's Day, but Sydney, next week is an important week to show up to the Goldring Arena to come. Watch some Hoop Queens. Will be giving away Russ and Big Sean concert tickets. You can only win if you are here for week 3. Come anytime, and you'll have a chance to win a fantastic concert experience.
Two new subs checking in for Team Charge. We saw Arij Bergonio and Victoria Lawrence.
Victoria Lawrence last week, I couldn't rave about her enough. I thought she played such an excellent game, affecting every single play every time she was out on that court. She does a great job of turning her own defensive plays into some big offensive moves for not just herself, but for the team. I'm expecting a big matchup from her in this game, and we'll see if she can continue the dominant tear she was on last week.
Dwyer with ease takes it over the timeline. High screen is set, tries to use it. Defense is too hard. Can she get there? It's just ever so slightly out of reach for Lawrence. Solid defense though from her and Letlow to kind of let that ball go off Dwyer.
And Lawrence and Letlow work so well together, especially also when Walters is on the floor as well. She's sitting on the bench right now taking a little break, but having the three of them out there together is such a powerhouse.
Trying to go to work, gets inside, and it's out. Gideon, once again, can't get it to drop. Time and space, she takes it, and it's good. Serena, no, my apologies, Brooke Hussey knocks it down. Oh no, it was Serena Cheetah. I second guessed myself when I didn't have to. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go with my gut next time. Two subs checking back into the game. Bree Livingston, and checking in for the first time is Courtney Perry for Team Reign. Now speaking of Perry last week, her aggression down low was unmatched. I'm really excited to see how she matches up against Letlow, someone who is very disciplined with her post moves.
And that's going to be the key to them, staying disciplined so they both don't get in foul trouble early in this one. But yeah, two extremely dominant players down in the paint, and Perry really ran it last game.
Just off the edge of the rim there from Cheetah. Perry now, quick pass up, beautiful transition. Perry, such a controlled pass, all the way up to Garvin to get the 2 points. Now we see a 5-point lead in favor of Team Reign, 10-5 now. Letlow with it, takes it herself, thought she'd have a backdoor pass, kicks it out instead. High off the glass and out. Looking for another quick transition. Livingston takes it around Arige Bergonio. Bergonio gets a hand on it, now takes it back.
Bergonio did a great job of using her speed last game, but she's slowing it down a little bit right now, staying controlled to kind of feel out this game as it's still really early.
Letlow had time and space, didn't knock it down, but I will say, you can't let her have that much space from beyond the arc, because even though she is a big and she's solid down low, we've seen her practicing her threes in warm-up. She's knocking them down.
She'll pull it.
Tries to get it inside to Perry, can't get her fingertips on it. Ball is gonna be given back to the Charge. Two subs coming in for the Charge. Keoa Walters checks back into this game for the first time. Nicole Daly checks back in, or checks in for the first time. Miscommunication on defense for Team Reign. There was no one guarding the corner. We saw Perry trying her best to direct traffic, but there was no one on Lawrence. Two subs checking in for Team Reign. Number 18, Phoenix Gideon back in, and number 6, Nicole Budd. Dwyer with it. Tries to get something going. Gideon picks up the dribble. Over to Livingston. Fumbles it. Tips away. Dwyer tried her best. Couldn't get a hand on it. Perry does though. Dwyer now trying to push it all alone. Takes it anyways. A little bit too off. Daly. Back to Daly. Bounces around, couldn't get it. Perry fighting inside. Walters now. Walters trying to say she touched ball. Ref is saying something different. We have a foul on Walters. Ball will stay in possession of Team Rain, headed the other way.
Both ends of the court right here, they're having a trouble kind of grabbing those rebounds and keeping them still. Take another look right there. She'll get the call, and Rain is taking it up the court.
High handoff. Takes it herself again. This time gets it to go. Phoenix Gideon, 2 points.
She had a really fantastic game last week as well. Seeing her score some big buckets in the first quarter is a great sign for them. See, having Walters and Perry guard each other, and Walters being someone that doesn't like to always stay in the paint, you're having Perry kind of come up and guard Walters closely because she knows she has to guard her closely, but then they're leaving so much room open in the paint, so you wonder why a three-pointer is taken at that point when Perry is not being a threat in the paint. That really opens up the chance for some good lane, some good cutter action. We'll see how that develops more in this game, but Perry is guarding Walters very closely in this one.
And that's such a good point, and you had mentioned the gaps that are being created inside.
Yeah.
The problem is, for both sides, they can't seem to corral the rebound, and with that, they're trying so hard to force the layup when it's not there.
Yeah.
More often than not, they're either going to lose it and the ball's going to go the other way in transition, or they're not going to get a good shot off. I think they need to take their time, be a little bit more effective, and allow themselves to kind of have the play come to fruition a little bit.
Most definitely. Wow.
Finally gets it cooking. Campbell drops the three. 30 seconds left now in the first quarter of action. Livingston knocks one down, gets 2 points back. Hussey pushing the pace. Tries to shake Bud, not that easy. And a foul has been called.
Now thinking back to that drive right there that Livingston had, that was far, far too easy for her right there. Those quick and easy transition points, those are going to have to be minimized because Livingston will take that 10 out of 10 times and make it.
All contact around Dwyer. Lawrence's defense, however, not a surprise after seeing how she performed last week. She's all over the place, and in a good way. Like, she's effective in her position. The way she positions herself allows for her defense and her team around her to thrive every single time.
And she gets so comfortable into these games so quickly that it's no issue for her. When we're seeing some of these girls maybe adjusting, this is the first time they're seeing each other this season, so a little adjustment period is obviously going to happen, but for Lawrence on her defense, you're not going to get that.
First quarter action comes to a close. Team Rain leading 16-10 over Team Charge. We're going to step aside for a couple seconds, and we'll be right back after the short break.
Asia Wilson's on top, top, top. Can't take her spot, spot, spot. She's a real one, through. Always does what she'll do.
Oh my goodness, this is a great feeling.
She won MVP, P, 1, 2, and 3. Her game is T. She made history, free. From the mid, it's a rap. All buckets, no cap. They say she wasn't enough. So she did it for us. And if you talk snack, she's gonna clap back.
You know you know better.
Her drips elite. It can't be beat. She say one is clear. Period. 'Cause it's a top tier.
something. No cane, I don't feel nothing. Get out your feelings, get in your bed. I dropped the ceiling, some made a man. Pop tinsel, taking off on it. You think I have propellers?
Second quarter action now underway. Team Reigns 16 in comparison to Team Charge with 10. Hussey now, high scream. Walters takes it, bounces in, doesn't get it. That rim has not been favorable to any team today on both sides of the floor.
No, absolutely, and we're going to start to see Brooke Hussey going a little bit more and more. Everything else is there. Her scoring is just not quite there, but she's a fantastic player. Queens women's basketball, she was U-Sport all-rookie team. Team Ontario in 2023. She has a stacked resume for being so young, but she does not play like she's a young player on this court. She is really running the court right now.
Bergonio gets the touch on defense. Tries to break it on Dwyer. It's not going to be that easy. Forced to pass. Campbell over to Lawrence. Three off the back end of the rim. Couldn't get it to drop. Dwyer now pushing it up. Campbell takes her time, uses the screen. That rim is just, it's not being too kind today.
No, and last week, Reign had a very high scoring game very quickly, especially because of shots like that from Bree Livingston. But the Charge, they were a lower scoring game, and we noticed the difference in the two games pretty quickly. But this is pretty low scoring considering all that. Charge offense definitely not off to the greatest start, but their defense has really come in clutch early on. It looks like maybe it's more about the shot quality right now, but the Charge's defense and transition is definitely there, just about getting them in the net.
Interception again for Team Charge. Bergonio now pushing the pace, almost lost it, but controls it, gives it to Campbell, just off. Gideon over to Dwyer. Dwyer takes it over the timeline. Through two Charge defenders. Makes it look easy. Lachey Dwyer grabs the two. And again, this is something that we saw from her last week. She's crafty. When you think that there's no gap, she finds one.
Absolutely, and when you think a shot like that maybe isn't going in, it usually goes in for her.
Once again, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there today. Hoop Queens, just to say a little thank you to all the amazing girl dads out there. We are having a bit of a promo. Dads and their daughters, as long as your daughter's under the age of 18, will get in free admission all day today. So please feel free, come down. It's a huge family environment today. All the dads are coming out, bringing their daughters, watching amazing women's basketball. It's going to be a beautiful time. We're going to step away just for a second while we have a little bit of a timeout break. We'll see you after.
Once again, we have our concession stands. If you're looking for a snack, chips, water, or drink, feel free to check out our HoopQueens concession stand. And as well, we have our surveys that would like everybody to fill out. So you are seeing a QR code on the screen about our surveys. So please feel free to get your phone out, get that QR stand.
Watt hands it off to Dwyer. Trying to to get something going. Can't really seem to find space. Tipped again, Campbell. Hesitation, tries to fake Campbell. Fakes herself ever so slightly. Watt loses the ball out of bounds.
Well, during that timeout, Team Reign definitely had a deep conversation there. They're taking a little longer after the whistle, but gave time to do a little t-shirt toss down here with some Foot Locker t-shirts outfitting Hoop Queens since 2022. Definitely have to come down to grab one of those t-shirts.
Shot clock should have gone off. Refs caught it. We have charge, ball headed the other way. Bergonio looking to get something started. Letlow tries to go back door, gets it. Bit of contact. Still has possession. Letlow with it. Handoff to Campbell. Time and space. Tries to go inside to find Letlow in the backdoor cut. A bit too late on it now. Reign with it. Watt, handoff. Fighting in. Gideon high off the glass. Letlow gets the rebound. Arij Bergonio finds the open man, and it's good. Serena Cheetah left all alone. Smart heads-up play to notice that Reign was a bit slow going back on defense.
And that's exactly where it was last week, where Charge really stepped up their scoring about finding the extra pass, the open man. When they recognize the core a little bit more of what's going on, who's open, that's always when it comes together a little bit more, rather than these elaborate plays, hoping that one person is going to end up being open.
Dwyer finds man inside. Shayla Adams. She's going to be headed to the line for two. Again, beautiful find from Dwyer. Two subs checking in to this game.
Well, Sarah Baptiste is a call-up for this game. Team Reign is without someone who made a great impact last game, AJ Jacobs. She's not going to be with us tonight, but Sarah Baptiste is going to get her first look on the Hoop Queens court. She's already played a little bit in this game, already having some great plays, some great drives, and we're excited to see what more she can offer to this Team Reign right now as they have the lead.
Kind of a silent killer right now on the floor is Team Reign, because judging by the game we're watching, it looks fairly close, fairly competitive. Pulls it from three, Daly. I'll stop what I'm saying when she makes a shot like that. But that's kind of what we're seeing from Team Reign, is they're playing solid defense, they're getting the ball to go, and they're knocking down shots, which is the reason we see such a lead right now.
Definitely, and you're right, they're playing as if it's like a one-point game, and that's the feel on the court, but they're making some really great quality shots, which is why they have this 10-point lead right now. But Charge are right in this one. 10-point deficit really doesn't mean anything when a game feels this tight, and of course they have Campbell, who could be making some big shots soon. She's on the bench right now, but still a stacked lineup right now. Excited to see this matchup, though, of Victoria Lawrence and Bree Livingston. That matchup right there, that's some high-quality basketball.
Bergonio, handoff to Letlow. Letlow to Lawrence. Back to Bergonio. Pulls it, just short. Grabs the rebound, however. Daly still have it, Charge possession. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Shot has to go. Get it back, however. Daly over to Bergonio. 9 seconds left in the shot clock. Lawrence looks inside to Letlow. Letlow has to pull it. Can't get it again. That was a solid 2 shot clock effort from the Charge, but they just couldn't get it to drop.
You're right, that was a great play right there from Team Charge, and I didn't hate any of the shots they really took right there. They were lucky that those rebounds came out of the paint a little bit away from Perry, and I liked how nobody was grabbing it and just putting it up just because they're there. That looks better of the whole quality of shots we're talking about. Just unlucky with them not falling.
Serena Cheetah tried to get that swat off, but the problem is I think she just touched the hand of Adams as she was going up, which resulted in a foul. Walters checking back into this game for the Charge. She was one of the players last week, along with Hannah Sunley-Paisley, who we'll see later today, that got into some severe foul trouble for both their respective games.
Definitely, when it's the matchup of Walters and Perry down in the paint, we know that that can be extremely dangerous, but so far they're doing a great job managing it. You can just see the two of them fighting in the paint already, as Brooke Hussey has a great handle on things.
Lawrence loses it, 4 seconds on the shot clock, has to go, and it does. First time no, second time no, third time lucky. Lawrence gets the 2 points. Adams, high screen from Perry. Perry rolls, tries to steal. She seals inside on Hussey, gets it. Can't get it to drop. That was a beautiful sequence from Perry. She just couldn't get the layup. Lawrence picks it up, loses the dribble. Letler retains. Over to Hussey. Hussey trying to go to work, pulls. Perry gets the rebound, looks for the runner.
Lawrence not giving up on the play right there, tried to get the steal, but Livingston was far too quick right there.
Hussey now, high screen from Walters, doesn't take it, goes lefty. Baptiste with the rebound. Hussey on defense, Baptiste, kick ball. That was a smart heads-up play. I will say, for all the basketball players out there that have probably done something like that once or twice, if you see the ball, it's not a kick if you maybe ever so slightly nudge it with your foot trying to get possession back. I thought it was a clean play.
I feel like I always used to have a big problem with that, because if I see it and my foot can hit it, I'm booting it.
Exactly.
I do it with everything. I drop my phone, I'm kicking it. It's across the room.
Anything to help you retain possession, I think, in the game is fair game. Bit of miscommunication on where the jump ball should be headed. Refs clear it up. It's going to be charge ball. Hussey doesn't take the screen again, kicks it. Walters can't get it to go. Lawrence fights inside, but Dwyer gets it, pushes it to Baptiste. Baptiste through contact. Way to run back from Bergonio. Draws the foul. Baptiste's headed to the line.
Baptiste's been fantastic so far in this one. Rushing the play, but yeah, she got the hard foul right there, head to the line. One thing I'm really loving in this game has been the matchup of Brooke Hussey and Nicole Budd. They're playing so tough against each other. Neither of them have really been able to create much, but they're really doing a fantastic job with each other.
Perry. Gideon with it inside, goes to work, gets it over Letlow. Phoenix Gideon with the 2. Lawrence. Again, Dwyer, crafty, all alone, gets the 2. we knew coming into this one it was going to be a tight matchup, and to say that we've seen that in this game would be an understatement, specifically coming from Team Rain. We have a timeout called from Team Charge. We're going to step aside and we'll be back after this short break.
This is live at HoopQueens, where you will see yourself on the jumbo screen, and we need some dancing hands. Those young guys, so shout out to you guys, our future hoopers, and ladies in the building. And we see a couple of guys shouting. I went to high school with shouting. So big up to shouting. What up, bro?
Just about to hit the 2-minute mark left to close out the first half. Daly just wide. Lawrence fights inside, gets it, draws the foul. Lawrence rewarded with the offensive rebound, headed to the line for 2. This has been visually a very close game. I think where we're seeing a lot of downfall for Team Charge is they're playing such hard defense, but when they translate it over to offense, the baskets just aren't falling.
No, absolutely. And the quality of shot has been there at sometimes, hasn't been there, but it's going to be those massive plays right there, like that offensive rebounds from Lawrence right there. She came out of nowhere with that one. And a situation where you're kind of trapped right there, you can't get the outlet pass, going up and drawing that contact is such a smart play right there. But it looks like maybe the Charge is taking possibly a little bit too much time to try to develop these offensive plays. And all that's really happening is Team Rain is getting in a perfect spot defensively. And their defense is very, very strong, very smuggling. And Charge has had a couple problems here and there with some loose passes, which just turns into great transition buckets for Rain.
Dwyer, catch from 3 over Letlow. Hussey. Around Dwyer, not an easy thing to do. Fakes her, gets her in the air. And again, just wide off the rim. She did the hard work, she just couldn't drop the basket.
And I think for right now, that pace that Brooke Hussey was trying to play with getting in there, maybe getting the quick bucket, especially in this last minute 30 in the first half, I think quick buckets right now is going to be really helpful to Charge to try to close this deficit before we hit the second half.
Once again, another timeout, trying to collect themselves. We will be back after this short intermission.
And please fill out this survey, as we'd like to get everybody's feedback from each and every week. So if you got a cell phone, please do us a favor, get it out, scan that QR scan, and we'll hear from you.
here at HoopQueens, we have a fantastic VIP section every single game, and keeping them fed during all the action. Blessed Sisters Catering, where they're all about bold bites, island vibes, serving up authentic Caribbean dishes that keep your taste buds dancing the entire time. I have to say, it's fantastic food. Honestly, one of the best Caribbean foods I've ever had in my life, apart from my grandmother's. I can't sway too far, but it's up there for sure, definitely. Lawrence, again, that rim is the worst enemy for the Charge today.
Well, when we came out of that timeout, Walters hit a good little jump shot right there and then blew a kiss to Perry. So they're feeling fired up right now. These quick buckets are gonna have to come now. Last 30 seconds, 20-point lead right now for the Reign, and Brooke Hussey bringing it up. Perry does such a great job of disturbing these plays. Just putting a hand right there in Hussey's lane, throwing her off her original route. Such an important move by her when that's not even her primary job of guarding Hussey.
Dwyer trying to get it over, gives it to Perry. 10 seconds now. Bud. Over to Perry, back to Bud, back door. Draws the foul. Walters thought that Bud was gonna go up. Thought she could go for the block, but Bud stayed on the ground. Walters left, and she's headed to the line for 2.
We'll take another look at that. Just coming in a little too strong. Smart move by Bud right there, obviously thinking she was gonna go up right away. But we were seeing Garvin kind of run her shoes where Bud fell. Last week she was cracking us up because she was grabbing the little mop to clear up some spots on the floor herself rather than waiting for anyone else to do it.
She would drive in, fall to the ground, grab the mop, clean up her own mess, give it back to the guy, and then go back to play the basketball game that she should be focusing on. If that's not a oh my goodness, Bud gets her own rebound to close out the first half of play. Fantastic effort. Nicole Bud, heads up play. As we head into the end of the first half of action, Team Reign up 43 to Team Charge's 20. Still a lot of basketball up ahead. We're gonna step aside and we'll see you at the start of the second half.
Asia Wilson's on top, top, top. Can't take her spot, spot, spot. She's a real one, through. Always does what she'll do.
Oh my goodness, this is a great feeling.
She won MVP, P, 1, 2, and 3. Her game is T. She made it so re. From the mid, it's a rap. All buckets, no cap. They said she wasn't enough. So she did it for us. Yeah, if you talk snack, she's gonna clap back.
You know you know better than that.
Her drips elite. It can't be beat. She say one is clear.
Period.
'Cause it's a top tier. Asia Wilson's on top. Can't take her spot. Oh, Canada.
Car launches.
DiBiase lays it up and in. To Kennedy.
She'll kill some. No cane, I don't feel nothing. Get out your feelings, get in your bed. I drop the ceiling, some made a man. Pop tinsel, taking off on it. You think I have propellers?
So let's give them each a basketball. Everyone has a basketball. The first team to complete this will win. All right, guys, let's check them out. How many ready? Let's check them out. We're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh, who makes it? Here we go, Dan. Go. Who's gonna finish? There we go. We have our winners. All right, guys, let's give it a round of applause. Well, it's all on the line in this competition. Appreciate you guys. So you got a special gift from Sharp Beauty. I can get to go to a special one. Let's get a picture and a video with it real quick. After this, let's get our winners right here center court. Let's get a photo. I'll put them to make sure they're good. Look at that smile on her face. She's happy. She's the one who's that I believe. One more time, guys. Let's give them a round of applause.
With desire, it's basketball, sing. All around the world. Put it up now. All around the world. Put it up now. All around the world. Put it up.
Yeah, Spider-Man and Freeze in full effect.
You ready, Ron?
I'm ready.
You ready, Dave?
I'm ready, Slick. Are you?
Oh yeah, take it down.
Girl, I must warn you. I sense something strange in my mind. Yo, situation is. Let's cure it, cause we're running out of time. Tell 'em, Rick.
It's all so beautiful. Relationships, they seem from the start. It's all so deadly. When love is not together from the heart. Check it out.
It's driving me out of my mind. That's why it's hard for me to find. Can't get it out of my head. Miss her, kiss her, love
Wrong
her.
move, you're dead.
That girl is poison. Never trust a big button to smile. That girl is poison.
Party mash up again. Girl them bubbling. Bring all your friend them. Everybody drinking. Who cares what they thinking? Beer fights. Everybody singing. Oh, we don't have no behavior. Total disorder. Don't cross the border. Bartender, hurry up with my order. Oh, the whole place get turned over. Can't play mass if you're afraid powder. Everybody know every time we touch down is splinters. Dance mash up. Fine, yo, Holland pull up. Mash it, fine. Every man put your hand up, every girl start whining is splinters. Dance mash up. Fine, yo, Holland pull up. Mash it, fine. Every man put your hand up, every girl start whining. No, they can't drink like we. None of them can't fet like we. Can't have energy like we. Full of snapping, full of vibes like we. Vibes up from the time that we reach. Drinks up, now the madness release. We having a good time. We don't have no time for bad mind. Boy, we don't have no behavior. Total disorder. Don't cross the border. Bartender, hurry up with my order. Boy, the whole place get turned over. Can't play mass if you're afraid powder. Everybody know every time we touch down is splinters. Dance mash up. Fine, yo, Holland pull up. Mash it, fine. Every man put your hand up, every girl start whining is splinters. Dance mash up. Fine, yo, Holland pull up. Mash it, fine. Every man put your hand up, every girl start whining. Do the
big no scene if a drunken thing. No stush vibes, no modeling. Pure bacchanal, pure reveling. Every girl just start to ain't Panaman no. Look back at him. Pull on selector, pull it up again. Close my friend, them I can't find them. But nothing, I still sing it.
First half action was not what I quite would have predicted, Haley. At the start of this game, you and I were both kind of echoing the fact that this was going to be a hard-fought match between Team Rain and Team Charge, but as we can see with the score, 43-20 in favor of Team Rain. They've just been extremely consistent on both offense and defense, and it's just not falling for Team Charge.
No, they've gotten a couple really good looks, just like that massive three we're seeing right here from Daly, but they're just having a little bit of trouble, and it's really, we're seeing a lot of fantastic plays from Dwyer, like that steal right there. Rain is getting a lot of breakaways, which is why the score is so much in favor of them, when it feels like, watching the game, if you take the score away, it doesn't feel like there's a massive gap, but it's these quick points that they're getting, and Charge is just having a harder time. Defensive plays are coming a little bit slower than the Team Rain, and they're just having a more difficult time kind of getting those rebounds, and if they do get those rebounds, finding where it goes. I think the extra man, the extra pass is going to be a big deal for them in this second half, because we know they can close it. 20 points in the first half for Team Charge. We know they're not going to be happy with that result right there. And we're not seeing a lot of foul trouble from their bigs, which is a really great sign, and I think we're going to see the intensity kicked up a big notch here.
As we've been kind of saying all day, it is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, and specifically today, the girl dads. However, here at Hoop Queens, we want to say thank you for being amazing fathers. We encourage you, please, there's free admission today. Bring your daughters. All dads and their daughters under the ages of 18 will be allowed free admission. So also, we'd be regretful to remit the presence that we have here today, the Toronto Tempo future leading ladies that we have here.
It's so exciting. We have Monica Wright, the GM. On the left and on the right, we have Teresa Resch, the president. We could not be more exciting for them to be in the building with us today, to be able to watch these fantastic female players we have on the court today. It's such an exciting day. We have so many great things going on today. We got Father's Day. We have the new bosses of Toronto in the Goldring Arena watching a fantastic matchup today. And if there's one thing to motivate these players, it's knowing that the president and GM of the Toronto Tempo are sitting courtside here. We've got some fantastic music going on today. Sound of Hoop Queens is provided by Universal Music, providing Hoop Queens fans with premier music, and we're definitely hearing it today.
Dwyer. Left lane clear. I don't know. I think we're maybe gonna have to think on what happened there. Maybe we'll see it a little bit better with this replay, but the help side, I honestly think, looking at it now, Daly committed a bit too much to her man when her man was completely outside the three-point line. She should have been inside that semicircle, because as a result, Lawrence had to run it and foul Dwyer. There was no other option.
Right, and I think that's a great point, that the help side defense has not really been there for them, and it is so difficult against someone who, we've said it so many times, as crafty as Dwyer. You really never know what she's going to do, because she has such a stacked pocket of everything. She can do a little bit of everything for sure. But I think the help defense is definitely going to have to take a bigger role, especially when we have our bigs like Walters, who's not sitting in the paint at that moment because she's guarding Garvin right now.
Quick transition. This kind of play style is exactly why we're seeing the lead we're seeing for Team Rain. Trying to get something going. Again, still a lot of basketball to be played. Lawrence now. Left all alone, Letlow can't get it to drop. Gets it back, however. Over to Daly. Daly can't get it. Solid defense from Livingston. Walters goes to work, gets it to go. Livingston pulls. No one to grab it. Walters gets there. As it stands, just under 9 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Team Reign 46, Team Charge 22. Letlow finally gets her rhythm back. We haven't seen her play true to form in this game that we're used to seeing, so it's nice to kind of have that energy get back into her. Through complete hand in the face over the head of Letlow. Calm and composure going back on defense. That was a beautiful shot from Garvin. Walters into Letlow. Walters tells Letlow to go to work. And it was sold. That, in my mind, from Gideon is fantastic basketball defense. Letlow tries to go in. Gideon falls back ever so slightly, doesn't allow her to get the foul drawn. Smart heads-up play.
Yeah, Gideon is very always looking for that one little edge that she can give her team on the defensive and offensive side of the ball right there, and that was just a great representation of that.
Walters gets the hand in the passing lane.
And that was a great play there from Walters, but you have to expect something like that. Team Charge was set up in a square formation in the paint, and they just kind of let Livingston go straight in the middle of that. I think collapsing a little bit will play to their advantage, but it seems like when they try to implement that into their game, they're really a 100% or 0% team where they're overcommitting. Just like you said, they're overcommitting a little bit too much to their defense at times. There's a lot of things that just a little bit of subtleness when it comes to collapsing and could be a massive thing to help them out in this game on the defensive side.
Dwyer pushing it to Livingston. Livingston takes it herself. Spins off not one, not two, but three defenders and ices the basket. Looks inside to Walters. Was there a tip? And there wasn't. It was completely passed out of bounds. Bit of a miscommunication. I think Letlow was trying to lead Walters. Walters thought it was maybe going to go a little bit closer to her hand. Didn't work out.
I'm convinced Garvin has an endless supply of energy. She's the first one running back every single time. With so much time to spare, she hits a little dance on the court as well.
Justina King trying to fight for her team, trying to say to the ref, what is the difference from what happened to Letlow to what just happened down there? To me, it should have been either fighting through contact or it's a foul, one of the two. Dwyer in the air, Lawrence catches her jumping. Dwyer pushes it up to Gideon. They're rolling right now.
They really are.
This is the biggest deficit we've seen so far this season.
Yeah, no, definitely. And we know that coming into this entire season, we knew that Team Charge was a team that plays really well ISO ball. They can go one-to-one with everyone, but I think they're finding in this matchup that that's not going to win for you guys when they're in the situation they're in right now where the shots are not falling. If their shots was falling, they could take anybody on this team one-on-one, but they're going to have to play a little bit more together in this one. Some extra passes, especially when they're down in the corner, just like the play we just saw. There's no need to go one-on-one when you're in the corner, when even if you shake your defender, you're probably not getting your number one shot option that you'd like to get. So I think playing a little bit more together for each other is what's going to help them out the best right now, because we're seeing Team Reign do it a lot, and that's why the score is how it is right now.
Campbell with it. Pulls out, over to Letlow. Handoff to Bergonio, fakes it, however. Daly pulls. Bergonio fights in, offensive board, pulls it out. Ignores the screen, takes it to the left, tries to pass inside to Letlow. Too much traffic.
There's a lot more touches there on that one. I like that play a lot. I just don't think it's necessary for everyone to have to dribble. And I think the ball can move quicker than everybody's feet on that floor, and I don't think they're taking full advantage of that right now.
We have a foul being called down low. I believe it was on Letlow, potentially a moving screen.
I think you're right. I saw that one too on Letlow.
Some solid defense from Charge. I honestly don't think, again, as we've been saying, defense has never been their issue in this one. It's just offense. They haven't been able to get it to drop.
Yeah. I think what's killing them right now is transition and their offensive possessions. But right there, Dolly, they're doing a great job of cutting off that transition now, because that's definitely one thing that's gotten away from them in this game. And that defense they just had turned into offense for Letlow, and that's exactly what they want to see right now. So we're seeing things definitely start to come forward right now for Charge, and we'll see them continue this on.
Fighting through. Basket doesn't count. We have a charge. The charge is going to be called on Phoenix Gideon. Team Charge finally getting one to go.
Sometimes that's all you need too, one defining play like that to really kick things into gear. I think if there's going to be one of those in this game for the Charge, you got to hope it's that one. There's plenty of time left into this game. They're starting to cut into this deficit. But you're hoping they can turn something big into that one charge right there. Massive bucket right there. That's exactly what I mean. Everyone starts to feel a little bit more comfortable on the court when you get a big play like that.
Time, space, can't get it though. Livingston fakes into Perry. Bergonio pushes the speed but decides to take it out. Takes it, Letlow, hand off to Campbell. Fighting through, Perry stops her. Pushes it out, Bergonio over to Daly, pulls, bit off, but she grabs. All alone, Letlow, beautiful fight for Daly.
And that's massive right there. That's exactly what we were talking about. They need a little bit more of that team communication right there, but that little handoff to Letlow is exactly what's gonna set them apart in this game starting now. And we'll take another look at that right here. She found the lane, it was perfect. She was committed to that the entire time, and if you were here with us last week, you know how much Sydney loves a underhand layup.
I do, yeah, I do. It's actually my favorite, one, because I could never do it. So I always loved when I saw players actually execute it effectively. But it's just so clean. It's just kind of my favorite. I will say though, if you come across the right defender, they can just body the ball every single time. They can kind of just push it down. But if you can scoop it under their hand, which a lot of these women are able to do, it's an easy way to draw the foul.
Exactly, and that's what we just saw, because those are a lot easier to be able to finish out the play and get the and one. It's a great job right there.
Timeout in the third quarter, just under 4 minutes left to play. We're going to step aside and we'll be back just after this short break.
So right now we'd like to give our Community Hero Award to our two special guests in the building. Mark and Teresa, you guys are a community hero for all of the great work going on as we bring Toronto Temple, our Toronto's first WNBA team. Let's cheer it out, guys. Toronto gets its official first WNBA team 2026 right here. And our ladies, a long time coming. Welcome, thanks for coming to HoopQueens. You guys are community heroes. And let's cheer them on and support them. Let's get those tickets off of early. And let's all fill up that arena when it's time. They are our community heroes to today's HoopQueens Week 2. Time to stand up around the applause, ladies and gentlemen. And don't forget that when you see that QR code on the Jumbotron, I need you guys to fill out your surveys. You guys filled out the survey yet? Yes, they have. Ebony, welcome to Hoop Queens. Have you filled out our survey? I'm good. You're good? Come on. Good to see you. Yes, baby. We're here.
As it stands right now, Team Rain 58, Team Charge 30. Still a lot of time to be played, and again, for those of you who weren't with us last week, there's a new rule that has come into play for Hoop Queens. It's called the target score rule. Let me break it down for you a little bit. Essentially, target score changes how the game ends. So instead of playing until the clock runs out, the game ends when a team hits a set score. At the first dead ball, under 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter or overtime, the clock is turned off, but the shot clock, however, still remains. A target score is set by adding 8 points to the leading team's score. So for example, if the leading team has 80 points, the target score would then be 88. Both teams now play with no game clock. Whoever reaches the target score first wins the game. The CEBL is a kind of a proof of concept for this rule as well. Adds a lot of excitement to the game. It kind of adds a new level of adrenaline for the players on there. We saw last week, it was a great example of how close these games actually can get.
Yeah, it was unbelievable last week. We got so lucky with 2 games that were not even necessarily so close. We saw Team Tide really come out of nowhere and take down Team Rain. We know Team Rain is not happy with that at all. I feel like we're seeing a little bit of redemption just on the court here tonight already, but Team Charge looks like they're starting to get things rolling.
Livingston, Perry fighting inside, can't get it. And to your point, Haley, as well, with target score, it allows the team who's at a deficit to fight that much harder because they know exactly what they have to get to win.
It's such a motivator, and it really just makes it so that no one can ever count out a team. And obviously you hear it so much more nowadays about how people don't enjoy the last couple minutes of basketball because 30 seconds takes 15. Well, this allows every single possession in the end of the game to be just as exciting as the first play of the game. I think this adds so much to basketball, and I think it's fantastic that Hoop Queens has decided to do it this season. I couldn't think of a smarter move.
Dwyer getting shifty with it, couldn't get it to go. Charge, Bergonio. Over to Daly, can't get it to drop. Keeps the rebound, Cheetah fights through 2 and draws the foul once again, headed to the line for her 2 shots.
We'll take another look at that right there. Rain trying to do a good job of standing up straight, but Rain slowly, possibly maybe slowing down a little bit, committing some not so fantastic fouls. And their shots haven't been falling too perfectly down, and it looks like maybe their offensive rebounding skill isn't as high as it was in the first half of the game. So this is the part where the Charge really need to take control of the ball right now and try to close up this gap, especially when Rain is maybe playing a little bit down compared to how they were in the first half of this game.
Perry passes it out, tries to pull it, is able to draw the foul on Daly.
Take another look now at Garvin trying to find the lane and go in. Yeah, Garvin's been fantastic in this game. She seriously never looks tired at all. She's such a strong player, such athleticism she has. We'll see if she can sink these 2 now.
Gets both to go. Now we see 60 in favor of Team Rain in comparison to 34 for Team Charge. Daly, Bergonio pulls, bounces in and out, couldn't get it. Watt now over to Perry. Needs to get it over and does. Bud with it. Kicks it out to Garvin. Time and space. Perry. Cross key pass. Pulls it from deep. Isn't good. It's a 2-on-1 now. Dwyer gets the hand on it. Forces the turnover.
Well, but then it's going to go out on Rain, and it will end up being charged ball. It's a great play right there. I love the use of the press the charge we're using right there, trying to trap the ball up early, because even if they don't get the turnover right when they start it, they cause a bunch of chaos on the court and disturb the play. And now the ball is back in their hands. So I don't think a press ever has to be, let's trap them, let's get the violation. No, you're just trying to mess them up, mess up their play, and it'll benefit you, and that's exactly what we've seen.
Daly takes it. Fights for her own rebound, gets it. Hussey with it at the top. Fakes to the right, goes left. Again, can't get the shot to go. They're doing all the right things.
Yeah.
They're just not being given a grace at the net, and the Charge are heading back and making them pay for it every single time.
Yeah.
Kia Watt.
And they do a great job of committing to the play, but sometimes it does hurt them on the defensive end when you're playing against such a speedy team like Team Rain is.
And I think this is where Team Rain kind of turns it up into a second gear, because to your point, every single time there's a push and transition, there's always at least one player ready to make the move at half for Team Rain, so they are usually always one player up, and it works in their favor every time. Dwyer, time and space, left alone, and makes them pay once again. Feeling herself going back on defense, as she should. Steps in front of Lawrence, allows it to get off track a little bit. Perry couldn't control it. Hussey over to Lawrence. Beautiful execution. 5 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Dwyer going for the final shot. Pulls! Can't get it. Just bounces off the rim. After third quarter action, Team Rain 65, Team Charge 36. We'll be back with fourth quarter action after this short break.
Asia Wilson's on top, top, top. Can't take her spot, spot, spot.
She won MVP, PP, 1, 2, and 3, 3, 3. Said she wasn't enough, enough. So she did it for us. Her drips elite. It can't be beat. She said one is clear. 'Cause in the top tier.
Love it on that New York, baby. Took it, struck and picked me up at Newark. Then he took me to the deli and he took his time. He said, I know that you had a long flight, but I got something on my New York, baby.
I got me a nice little shop, pull up on the B-Day. I'ma walk on stage, my ass on radio, what she say. I've been on the E-way, come on the G-way. She wanna put on my chain, yeah. She wanna put on my DJ. Let it go like a relay. Come on, line blink.
Oh my gosh, I forgot. I literally forgot right now.
Cause I know when the highlight bling. Cause I know when the highlight bling.
I don't remember.
Somebody help her, cause I know when the highlight bling.
Oh my gosh, it can only mean one thing.
Sing it for me.
It can only mean one thing.
All right, guys, let's cheer on. Teamwork makes the dream work. You have just won some tickets on behalf of Universal to go see Russ and Big Sean at Serena Cardio. Let's give her another round of applause. Teamwork makes the dream work. A big shout out to our Universal partners for making this happen. This is Finish the Lyrics. 'Cause I know when the highlight bling, that can only mean one thing. Ever since you.
During the break there, tickets were given out to Russ and Big Sean concert. If you guys come next week for week 3 of Hoop Queens and you're in the building, you have a chance at winning concert tickets as well. So make sure you show up. It's going to be a fantastic week. I can guarantee it to you.
Fighting inside. Again, Team Charge couldn't get it to go. That was 3 chances that were missed. Bud with it. Drives through contact. Beautifully timed from Lawrence. Grabbed all ball. But I do believe it's going to stay in possession of Rain. Block from Letlow. Fights through. Walters was a brick wall. Nothing Garvin could do then. All Walters had to do was step up, play solid defense.
Massive defensive play there, though, from Walters to get that block. That's a big shot. We know that Garvin always has a great chance of making big shots like that.
As I mentioned earlier, with the whole target score concept, it's looking like Team Rain is going to be the team to kind of have 8 points added onto their total at the time of 4 minutes left in the 4th quarter. But it doesn't mean that the game is over.
No,
there
absolutely.
is still time for Charge to come back.
Yeah, well, when a team is this far ahead, if let's say it started right now and this was the deficit, Team Charge are coming into those minutes where you have to hit those 8 points. Team Rain has everything to lose in that moment. Team Charge is the underdog officially. Who doesn't play better when you're considered the underdog in this one? And coming into this game, I'm sure you would agree, there was no underdog. Both of these teams are very fantastic scorers on both ends of the floor. But when there's a deficit, one team has everything to lose and one team can really lay it all on the line, because it already doesn't look good for them from the start of that target score.
Exactly.
There's no pressure on them at that point.
Getting physical down low. The foul was called on Walters. Her and Gideon were going back at it. Quick timeout here as the score stands 65-36 in favor of Team Rain. We'll be back after the short break.
And if you'd like to get your HoopQueens merch, we have our merch table located outside. excited before you. Please go check them out. We have some new colorway to go with your summer outfit.
Dwyer patiently taking it over the timeline. Lawrence, high defense on her, not making it easy. Finds her pocket. Can't shake Lawrence. Fights for it. Bergonio tried to save it and couldn't get it. Lawrence, however, played solid defense to force the turnover on Dwyer.
Now, if I'm Team Rain, I think now is the perfect time for them to maybe try to slow things down a little bit. We're not going to see it there from Dwyer as she's pushing to get that 3 off. But I mean, for this next 4 minutes especially, it could be a little longer depending on when the first dead ball is. They shouldn't be in any rush because obviously maybe moving too quick sometimes will force some errors. I think they can really afford to use up that shot clock, get the quality of shot that they really want. But as for Team Charge, this is when they're going to want to start pushing the pace to close this gap so that they put themselves in the best position for when the target score is implemented.
Perry turns on Letlow. Time. Couldn't get it. Letlow, hand off to Lawrence. Bergonio switches the screen from Cheetah. All alone, drops it.
Those are big plays right there. I think they're going to obviously want to close this deficit as much as possible, but to get within 20 would be probably the most realistic and ideal situation for them to be in. More than that might be a little bit too much, just knowing that the Rain are not going to stop right here. They're going to keep adding to their score just like Garvin did right there. But getting it within 20 is going to make it a lot more manageable for them.
Bit of miscommunication there, I think, for the Charge. Bergonio not really knowing where to go. Takes inside, can't get it to drop for Cheetah. Dwyer all by herself. Bapti lone in the corner, coming in as a call-up, making the immediate impact in this game. And right now we see 70 to 39 in favor of Team Rain. And we have another timeout. We're gonna step aside. We'll be right back after this short break. Bergonio up to Letlow. Forced inside, Cheetah grabs it and gets the foul. That was, I think, what they were trying to do just before that timeout had commenced. So I think head coach Justina King was like, let me call a timeout, pull my team in, fix what I'm seeing is going wrong. But that pass was executed perfectly. They weren't able to get it off before the timeout was called.
And those passes in right there are always a little bit risky, but when you have Letlow being the one to do it, who's the tallest player on the floor for them, they don't have all the tallest players right down in the key, which does open up the opportunity to get that pass in. We're seeing this gym definitely start to fill up a lot more for Father's Day today.
And like you mentioned, with it being Father's Day, here at Hoop Queens all day, we are giving free admission to dads and their daughters, as long as your daughter is under the age of 18. You can come in, free admission. Obviously, we're almost at the end of this first game today, but don't worry, we have one more happening. So please come down. It's a full family environment. You get to have women's basketball right in front of you, right at your fingertips. There's nothing like it, I think, in Toronto. Bergonio. Cheetah. Not pressured at all. Doesn't want to pull it though. Gives it to Campbell. Campbell steps back. Drains. This is exactly what we saw from her last week. We've seen glimpses this week, but not as consistent. So that was a beautiful shot.
Right, and she really turned it up at the end last week, and we're starting to see that right now as well. Because during that target score, those big threes are going to come in clutch a lot more than they would without the target score.
And another foul again. The rotations are just a step behind on defense for Charge. They're not able to cut those gaps before the Reign has a chance to get a body or a player in there.
Right. It's a great rebound there from Dwyer. She's always going to make that putback layup no matter how difficult it is. She's been so fantastic when it comes to second opportunity points like that. And just like that, she's off in transition after picking off the pass. A late foul call there on Letlow.
Letlow trying to have a little bit of a conversation. She's just trying to say that, who's that foul on? And it wasn't me. But
right. Well, Reign did a great job of doing a little triangle passing right there. It was a little bit of a late call, but looks like the right call right there.
Dwyer should not have been able to get that rebound or even let alone that shot off. With you look at height difference, Letlow should have completely bodied that as soon as she saw it in front of her.
Right, Dwyer looks like she's moving in 2 times speed compared to everybody on that court right now.
Every single time. And again, I said a bit of a delay for Walters. I don't think she expected that much space.
No.
Hesitated tremendously on the free throw line. But what I was going to say with Dwyer, I had the privilege of being on the same team as her for only a couple games. It was a summer league team a couple years back now. As you can tell, given at where her and I are at, I was on the bench a tremendous amount of the time, but being able to witness how fast she was, how crafty she was, getting to play alongside her was fantastic. There was one move she did where it was kind of like a windmill between the legs layup. Woo! And I'm sitting there like struggling to make my free throws, and I'm like, I think her and I are just at a little bit different levels. But you know what? We both ended up in the same place at the end of the day, just in different perspectives. So
you saying tremendous amount of time on the bench is probably the funniest thing I've ever heard.
And I'm honest about it, you know? Like, I know where my strengths lie, and I think I found it. So, but the fact that I get to kind of see her play at such a high level, obviously coming from NCAA where she got the defensive player of the year, now coming into here and just seeing her thrive on both defense and offense. It's just amazing to see.
Right, it looks like her offense is flourishing just as much as her defense is. We got 39 seconds before the first dead ball turns this into the target score section of the game, my favorite part. It's so exciting. And there we go. We said it before. Last week, Campbell really started to take off, especially in the end of that game, which is why she was also a big candidate for that player of the game, which she ended up winning, because she came in clutch when her team needed her most. She's doing it again. That's 2 3-pointers nearing the end of this game so far. And you have to assume that they're going to start feeding her more and more.
Livingston checking back into this game along with Hussey. We're seeing kind of like a 2-3 setup coming from Team Charge, but the problem is the press is getting broken so easily.
Yeah.
There needs to be a bit more aggression on the first inbounder.
Exactly, and then when you do have such a quick team, we've seen it all game. Rain's transition has been phenomenal this entire time. So that press, I like the idea of it. But you gotta work really quick. But I like having Let Low drop down all the way to the key, because just like that, you don't leave anybody open around the perimeter.
Timeout called on the floor for Team Rain. As it stands, Team Rain are in the lead 76-49. We're gonna step aside and we'll be right back after this timeout. The target score has been set. The first stoppage of play was caused by Team Rain calling a timeout. So now, as it is, the final target score of this game is 84 points. Cheetah draws the foul. Again, as we explained earlier, the target score is essentially adding 8 points on at the time leader's total score. So again, it's favoring the leading team at the time, but again, it doesn't take out the team who's currently at the deficit. There's a large gap separating Team Charge right now to the target score, but it's not totally unachievable.
Right.
It's just going to take them playing solid defense, but they need to knock down their shots.
Right, and that's the thing. Regardless if it's manageable for them to come back or now, crazier things have happened, and just watch their defense kick it into high gear right now, because they know that best case scenario, their defense gets it so that they can play to hit that target score themselves, or they have to play the most high intensity defense they've ever played for the next 8 points. So it's a win-win no matter what. We're gonna see a very elevated level of play because we know exactly how much time is left.
Hard-fought battle on defense for the Charge. Unfortunately, they were unsuccessful. Bergonio over to Campbell. Takes it, drains the three. And we've seen them, they did adopt a full court press, but it seems like there was some miscommunication on if it was gonna be applied just then. So free to take it over the timeline was Team Rain. Livingston takes it. The double came too late, but the defense is there to help. Campbell knocks it out of bounds. Timeout is called on the floor. Score 78-52. We're gonna be back after this short timeout. Just 6 points separating Team Rain and the target score.
That was some great defense right there from Charge. Rain couldn't get it off in time. Didn't really hear a lot of people counting down the shot clock though, so that might have been a miscommunication with Team Rain in general. But Team Charge looking to use that as momentum to get some fantastic offense going right here.
Campbell couldn't get it on that one. Baptiste, time and space, and she drains the layup. Just 4 points needed now for Team Rain to end this game. Livingston puts a foot out, plays hard defense and gets it. A bit slow getting up, but naturally as she threw her whole body onto the floor,
numerous
fighting
times
for possession.
I don't think anyone wants the ball as much as she did in that moment, and she really puts it all on the line. She's been nothing short of incredible this game. That's also my favorite thing about the target score is that regardless if Rain take it right now or in the next possession right here, it's still a fantastic ending because one shot is going to end the entire game and they all get to celebrate. So
Dwyer kicks it over to Bapti. Can't get it. Fights for it, however, gets it back. Over to Livingston, passes it one more, and they get it to drop. That is team basketball. Gideon gets the 2 points. Now only one single 2-point bucket separates Team Rain and ending this game. Campbell not going down without a fight, however, pulls up from just above the free throw line. Ball's in the hands of Dwyer. Over to Livingston, drives in, kicks it over to Bapti, gets the three, drains it to go. Sarah Baptiste call up for Team Rain. Makes an immediate impact and drains the 3 to call game.
And she's been fantastic this entire game. What a better way to establish yourself on the Hoop Queens court than to be a call-up and take this opportunity not for granted one bit. She hit some big threes in this game, fantastic defensively, and it really all just paid off for her right there.
The final score of this game is Team Rain 85, Team Charge 54. Up next, we have Team Tide taking on Team Blaze, so don't go away. We will have more Hoop Queens action for Game 2 coming up shortly.